There is a memory living inside your body right now that your mind has never seen. You can't recall it. You can't picture it. If I asked you what it was, you'd have nothing to tell me, but your body knows exactly where it is. It's in the breath you're holding right now, the one you didn't. Notice until I said this. Let me show you something that should be impossible. There are people who can describe the worst day of their life in perfect detail. Calm voice, clear words, no tears, and their hands are shaking the entire time. The words say, "I'm fine." It's in the past. The body says, "No, it isn't. I'm still there." Two different memories, two different systems, and only one of them is telling the truth. By the end of this video, you'll know which parts of your body have been keeping score and the exact signal they've been waiting decades to receive. Stay with me. This gets strange. In the 1990s, a psychiatrist named Bessel van der Kolk sat across from people who had survived the unspeakable. Soldiers, abuse survivors, people whose stories should not fit inside a human being, and they could talk about it, fluently, precisely. But something was wrong. The talking wasn't healing them. They would tell the story correctly, every detail in place, and walk out carrying the exact same weight they walked in with. So van der Kolk asked a question nobody had thought to ask. What is the body doing while the mouth is telling the story? What he found became one of the most read science books of the century, 300 weeks on the bestseller list. And it was this. The body was not remembering the past. It was still living in it. But how? How does a muscle remember something your mind deleted? That's where this stops being a story and starts being about you. You have two memory systems running inside you right now. You only know about one of them. The first is the one you think of as memory. When I was 10, this happened. It comes with a date, a timestamp. When it plays, some part of you knows you're looking backward. The second one has no timestamp. It doesn't store events. It stores states, the exact tightness in your chest, the way a certain tone of voice makes your stomach drop, the feeling of a room before anything in it has happened. And here's the part that will change how you see yourself. When this memory activates, it doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like right now. This is why you can walk into a room where nothing is wrong. Kind people, soft light, total safety, and feel. Somewhere under your thoughts that you need to leave, your body matched a pattern, pulled a file, and reproduced a feeling from years ago, faithfully and completely, before your mind even had a chance to vote. You didn't choose that. Something older than your choices did. So where is this file kept? What part of you is holding it? There are 3 places, and you probably blamed all 3 for something else your whole life. 1. The nerve that never got the all clear. The vagus nerve runs from your brainstem straight through your heart and your gut. It has a setting for safety and a setting for danger. When a threat is never resolved, never officially declared over, the nerve doesn't switch back to safe. It just stays ready. For years, for decades, a body standing guard over a war that already ended, waiting for a signal that never came. 2. The tissue that turns holding on into a shape. There's a web of connective tissue wrapping every muscle you own. Under stress, it hardens. Researchers call it armoring. Your body literally builds the shape of what you survived into your posture. The way you stand is an old story you're still telling. 3. The muscles that follow instructions you don't remember writing. If you learned as a child that the safest response to conflict was to go quiet and freeze, your muscles remember that, and they'll do it again, automatically, in a meeting, in an argument that doesn't matter, freezing when there's nothing to freeze for, following instructions written by a child who was too young to know they'd last a lifetime. The pain wasn't random. It had an address. And that address is about to explain something your doctors never could. Here's a finding that quietly breaks everything most people believe about their own bodies. A huge number of people living with chronic pain, the back that won't loosen, the headaches that won't stop, the chest that aches with a perfectly healthy heart, show no physical cause. No injury, no damage. Nothing on any scan, the medical system out of words, calls it functional pain. But when researchers mapped where that pain lived, it lined up almost exactly with where specific emotions are stored in the body. The chest that aches with a healthy heart, where grief lives. The jaw that never unclenches, where swallowed anger collects. The gut in constant quiet distress, where fear waits. Your body isn't malfunctioning. Your body is talking. In the only language it is left when your mind decided the original truth was too heavy to hold out loud. So if the wound isn't in the mind, then talking was never going to heal it. What does? Healing what the body holds is not the same as healing what the mind holds. Talking reaches the story, the events, the version you can describe, and that matters. But the body's record lives outside the story. It needs a different kind of attention. It needs you to feel slowly and carefully what the body has been carrying. Not to relive it, not to reopen it, but to finish the response that was interrupted all those years ago. To finally hand the nervous system the one signal it has been waiting decades to receive. The signal that says, you can let go now. It's over. You survived. And here's the thing almost no one ever says out loud about any of this. Your body was never betraying you. It was never the enemy. Every tight muscle was a shield. Every held breath was a strategy. Every pattern of tension you carry was placed there, carefully and faithfully, by a system whose only job has ever been to carry you through. It braced because something once required bracing. It held on because letting go once felt dangerous. It remembered because forgetting felt too risky. Your body has been carrying something for you all this time that your mind was not yet ready to hold. That isn't damage. That's devotion, the most loyal, most ancient part of you. Still on duty. Still protecting. Still here. Still waiting for you to say 4 words. I've got it now. If you felt one part of your body tighten while you watch this, type where you felt it in the comments. 1 word. You'll be shocked how many people wrote the same thing. And if some part of you recognized itself in this, subscribe, because the next video is about the one feeling doing this to millions of people at once, and it doesn't have a name yet.